Next question, question number 3. Figure 3a shows two organelles, organelle M and organelle N, that can be found in plant cell. So based on the diagram, awak kena identify dulu apakah dua organelle tersebut. Iaitu kalau kita nampak organelle N, di dalamnya ada banyak folded structure. So ada satu je organelle yang di dalam dia kita nampak ada folded structure, iaitu mitochondrion. So N is mitochondrion. Kalau M pula pun kita nampak di dalamnya ada satu structure yang dalam bentuk disk. So organelle M mestilah chloroplast. Yang pertama. Second, yang kita nampak organelle M ada dua membrane. So membrane di luar dan membrane di dalam. Organelle N pun sama. Ada membrane di luar, ada membrane di dalam. So in general, there are 3 organelles yang awak belajar. Ada dua membrane. Sama ada nucleus, chloroplast or mitochondrion. So dalam gambar ni, obviously tak ada nucleus sebab tak ada DNA. Second, kalau nak compare antara chloroplast and mitochondrion, kamu tengok dia punya structure di dalam. Iaitu kalau chloroplast, structure di dalamnya mesti ada benda yang kita panggil sebagai thylakoid disk. Kalau mitochondrion pula, di dalamnya ada structure yang berlipat yang kita panggil sebagai cristae. So first question, give the function of organelle M. So organelle M adalah chloroplast. So function of chloroplast sentiasa cakap site, tempat. Kalau kamu tak kata site for, tak ada markah. Okay, so both of these organelle M dengan N hanya function as a site for, tempat untuk buat sesuatu. So M is a site for photosynthesis, since it is a chloroplast. Kalau mitochondrion pula, it is a site for cellular respiration or energy production. Next question, give two similarities between organelle M and organelle N. Remember, kalau soalan bagi gambar, maksudnya awak kena bagi jawapan yang ada dalam gambar dahulu. So between chloroplast and mitochondrion, jawapan yang paling obvious adalah both organelle M and organelle N has double membrane. So jawapan yang kedua pula adalah yang awak kena hafal, characteristic of chloroplast and mitochondrion as well as similar with nucleus, iaitu all these 3 organelles contain their own DNA. So bukan nukleus sahaja yang ada DNA, tetapi M and N, chloroplast and mitochondrion pun ada their own DNA. To be more specific, the DNA is small and circular, sama macam DNA di dalam prokaryotes. Itu yang kedua. Yang ketiga, both of these organelles also contain ribosome. Dan ribosome yang ada dalam chloroplast and mitochondrion sama saiz dengan yang kita jumpa di dalam prokaryotes, iaitu saiz 70S. Next question, organelle N is not present in eukaryotes. Suggest why is this important? So organelle N tadi adalah mitochondrion. Second part of the question kena relate dengan erythrocyte. So what is erythrocyte? So erythrocyte adalah sejenis red blood cell. So soalan ini berkaitan dengan animal tissue, iaitu blood tissue. So blood tissue contain red blood cell. So one of the characteristic of red blood cell is it does not contain organelle N, which is mitochondrion. So dia tanya kenapa? Kenapa penting untuk red blood cell does not have mitochondrion? So jawapan untuk ini awak kena hafal sebab dia adalah fakta, iaitu red blood cell will not use the oxygen it's transporting We know that the function of mitochondrion is aside for cellular respiration. Cellular respiration is to produce energy by using oxygen. So kalau red blood cell ada mitochondrion, so the mitochondrion will use the oxygen that the red blood cell is transporting. So maksudnya red blood cell tidak akan boleh transport oxygen efficiently since it will use the oxygen that it is transporting. So that's why it's very important for red blood cell erythrocyte to not have mitochondrion so that it will not use the oxygen it is transporting. Next, state another characteristic of erythrocyte and its importance. So dalam soalan ni ada dua benda awak kena jawab, iaitu first state the characteristic and then state the importance of that particular characteristic. So one of the characteristic adalah iaitu red blood cell do not contain mitochondrion. So the importance for that characteristic is the red blood cell will not use the oxygen it's transporting. So itu the previous question. So for this question number 4, it asks you to state another characteristic involving red blood cell as well. So ada 3 lagi karakteristik yang penting ataupun 3 lagi adaptation. Sometimes dia akan guna perkataan adaptation. Adaptation of erythrocyte or red blood cell for it to be able to conduct its function efficiently. So jawapan dia adalah first, by concave shape. So this is the character, and then for this character, you must mention the importance for that particular character. So red blood cell have a biconcave shape to increase surface area for gas exchange. Second point, boleh bagi it has elastic membrane. So the importance of elastic membrane is so that the red blood cell can move through narrow blood capillary. So next answer adalah no nucleus. So red blood cell do not have nucleus. It will provide more space to store hemoglobin. Remember, you have to write the importance that is related to the character. Tak boleh tukar-tukar. For example, first answer awak jawab biconcave shape. For the importance awak jawab to provide more space for hemoglobin. So awak akan dapat markah untuk the characteristic saja, tapi takkan dapat markah for the importance. Sebab soalan kata state the characteristic and then state its important. Maksudnya kena state the importance in relation to the characteristic. So tak boleh tukar-tukar. So in total there are 4 characteristic or adaptations of red blood cell that is important for red blood cell to conduct its function. So kena hafal empat karakteristik ini as well as the importance in relation to the characteristic ataupun adaptation. Next question number 3b. So figure 3b shows the structure of plasma membrane proposed by Singer and Nicholson. So question number 1. So why does Singer and Nicholson propose the fluid mosaic model to describe plasma membrane? So basically soalan ni just nak awak jawab kenapa Singer and Nicholson panggil the model as a fluid mosaic model. So right, kenapa dia fluid, kenapa dia mosaic. Itu saja for the first question. So first, kenapa dia fluid? So plasma membrane is fluid because the phospholipid and protein. So kena jawab dua-dua, phospholipid dan protein. Phospholipid sahaja tak boleh, protein sahaja pun tak boleh. So kena jawab dua-dua. The phospholipid and protein able to move freely or laterally. Salah satu saja within the phospholipid bilayer. So the whole sentence baru dapat satu markah. Maksudnya tak boleh simply jawab sampai sini saja. Sampai move freely saja. Tak boleh. Jawapan itu baru separuh markah. Kalau separuh markah, kosong lah. Okay, so kena jawab sampai hujung. Within the phospholipid bilayer. Kena beritahu di mana phospholipid dan protein tu boleh bergerak. Iaitu only limited to the phospholipid bilayer only. Bukan phospholipid phospholipid bilayer. Tu first answer, satu markah. Second, kenapa dia mosaic? It is mosaic because the protein are embedded in the phospholipid bilayer. Bukan phospholipid. Sebab phospholipid ni satu molekul. Kita nak kata the bilayer of the phospholipids. So protein are embedded in the phospholipid bilayer that are arranged like mosaic pattern. Next question. What is the significance of structure O in plasma membrane? So first identify dulu apakah structure O. So kalau kamu tengok dalam gambar ni, ada dua benda yang dilabel sebagai structure O. So the first adalah di sini. Kalau kita tengok, so structure O ni mungkin soalan tu nak awak label glycoprotein. Sebab kita nampak ada carbohydrate attached to the protein. Mungkin. Tapi another labeling of O, kita nampak karbohidrat dia attach kepada lipid. So ini mungkin kita label sebagai glycolipid. Tapi takkanlah labeling yang sama, tapi jawapan dia berbeza. Maksudnya soalan ini, structure O yang dia rujuk adalah general structure. So persamaannya adalah both contain carbohydrates. Soalan nak tanya apakah kepentingan, significance ataupun importance of carbohydrate in plasma membrane. So ada tiga jawapan kalau berkenaan dengan importance ataupun function of carbohydrate in a plasma membrane. Okay, sama ada cell-cell recognition ataupun cell sorting ataupun distinguishing from neighboring cell. So tiga jawapan ni semua ada dekat dalam awak punya nota kuliah. So hafal for the function ataupun significance of carbohydrate. Next question. What will happen to the plasma membrane if structure P is missing? So first tengok dulu apakah itu structure P. So dalam gambar ini yang kita nampak structure P is embedded in the hydrophobic region of the plasma membrane. So maksudnya ini adalah kolesterol. Soalan tanya, what will happen if plasma membrane tak ada, missing kolesterol? So basically awak kena ingat balik apakah function of kolesterol. So kalau tak ada kolesterol, maksudnya function tersebut tak boleh buat. So itu sahaja jawapan kepada soalan ini. Okay, so apakah function of cholesterol? Cholesterol is to maintain the fluidity of plasma membrane. So kalau tak ada, missing, so the answer for this question is basically the plasma membrane cannot maintain its fluidity.